Good afternoon. I'm Craig Keir, Artistic and Music Director of the Annapolis Opera, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the final round of Annapolis Opera's annual vocal competition. For 32 years, the Annapolis Opera has supported emerging artists through this competition, which has cultivated generations of young talent, connecting them to audiences and industry professionals, while also providing crucial financial support. This year, over 300 applicants submitted their arias virtually from all over the country. After reviewing the 41 semifinalists, we're excited to share these 9 finalists with all of you this afternoon. In addition to today's presentation, all of the applicants were invited as our guests to Will Liverman's stunning live streamed recital from this past Friday evening. Now today, joining me in adjudicating the competition are Will Liverman, baritone, Louisa Muller, international stage director, and Leanne Myslewski, the vice president for opera and classical programming at Wolf Trap. We're grateful to this esteemed panel who bring a wealth of diverse perspectives to our competition. Our thanks also goes to the tireless efforts of the Vocal Competition Committee, especially the chair, Leah Solat, who for 22 years chaired the committee and has ensured that this competition continues to cultivate emerging talent. Thank you, Leah, for all you've done for our organization over the years and all you continue to do. Even as you move to a less robust role in the competition moving forward, we're grateful for all you have done. Now, in addition to the generous support of the donors who underwrote this year's prize money, Annapolis Opera is deeply grateful to the Helena Foundation, James and Sylvia Earle, whose 22-year history of generously underwriting the competition enables us to present it to the public at no charge. In this way, the Helena Foundation provides an invaluable opportunity for young artists to advance their careers and for both new and experienced opera goers to enjoy a truly unique experience. So perhaps it goes without saying that this year has been unlike any other we've ever experienced. And while each of us has had a unique relationship to the challenges presented by the pandemic, singers found themselves needing to literally recreate the very way they connect with people, be it in lessons, coachings, or performances. This vocal competition is no different. So today, you'll enjoy the performances of all 9 finalists that they just had submitted just a few days ago, these performances. And you'll see them performing in their living rooms, in churches, and in rehearsal rooms, sometimes with a pre-recorded piano track, and other times with a masked pianist, something that I myself have grown all too familiar with in my own work this last year. We wanted you, the audience, to witness the creative ways that these amazing singers are working to continue to hone their craft, and importantly, how they are continuing to share their voices with all of us. If ever there were a crucial time to witness and support artists, it is now. So, without further ado, let's hear from our finalists. A complete program is accessible via the chat button. And remember, you'll be able to vote for the Audience Choice Award after we hear each of the singers' 2 arias. A link to the award will be available in the chat feature after all the finalists have performed their arias. Please keep your eye out for this, as there will be a limited amount of time available to vote. So we begin with Austin, Texas native soprano Elena Villalon. Elena sings from Handel's 1724 opera, Giulio Cesare. In this aria from Act 1, Non disperar, Cleopatra sings Don't Lose Hope, taunting her brother, King Ptolemy, telling him not to despair when he loses his throne to her. This is soprano Elena Villalon singing Non disperar from Handel's Giulio Cesare.
Is Elena Villalon, and this is Non disperar from Handel's Giulio Cesare.
Brava, Elena. Next, we welcome Naperville, Illinois native mezzo-soprano Shannon Keegan. Shannon sings Wie du warst from Strauss's 1911 opera Der Rosenkavalier. From Act 1, as the curtain goes up, we see the Marschallin with her much younger lover, Count Octavian, in bed together just before daybreak. And here he searches for words that simply cannot capture his attraction to her. This is mezzo-soprano Shannon Keegan singing Wie du warst from Strauss's Der Rosenkavalier.
Wie du warst, wie du bist, das weiß niemand, das ahnt keiner. Was heißt das du, was du und ich? Hat denn das einen Sinn? Das sind Worte, bloße Worte, nicht? Du sag, aber dennoch, es ist etwas in ihnen, ein Schwinden, ein Sehnen und Drängen, ein Schmachten und Brennen, wie jetzt meine Hand zu deiner Hand kommt, dass du dir wollen, das Deck und Klammern, das bin ich, das will zu dir. Aber das sich vergeht, indem du dein Bub. Aber wenn mir dann Hören und Sehen vergeht, wo ist dann dein Bub?
Beautiful, Shannon. Now we welcome Korean American tenor John Park as he sings the flower song, La fleur que tu m'avais jetée, from Act 2 of Bizet's Carmen. After spending a month in prison, Don Jose visits Carmen at the inn. And here she sings and dances for him. But when he retreats, when the retreat sounds, he stops her and tells her that he must leave. When she mocks his allegiance to his duty, he hurls his helmet and saber to the floor and takes from his shirt the flower she once had given him. He tells her how its perfume sustained him throughout his imprisonment. This is tenor John Park performing the flower song from Bizet's Carmen.
My name is John Con Park, and this is La Fleur que tu m'avais jetée from Carmen.
Bravo, John. Next, Baltimore, Maryland native soprano Raven McMillon joins us to sing Presentation of the Rose. Ich bin euer Liebden sehr verbunden from Act 2 of Strauss's Der Rosenkavalier. Here, Sophie, after receiving the rose from Count Octavian, sings, I am eternally obliged to your lordship, She goes on to describe the rose as a greeting from heaven itself that draws upon her as though there were reins around one's heart. She says, I must return there, even if I should die on the way. This is soprano Raven McMillon singing Presentation of the Rose from Strauss's Der Rosenkavalier. Brava, Raven. We now welcome soprano Danielle Beckvermit, originally from Kingston, New York. Danielle sings Doreste Dayace from Mozart's 1780 opera, Idomeneo. Here, thwarted in both her love and her ambition, Elettra speaks of her complete frustration in this dramatic aria. This is soprano Danielle Beckvermit singing Doreste Dayace from Mozart's Idomeneo.
Hello, my name is Danielle Beckvermit, and today pianist Michael Fennelly and I will be performing Doreste Dayace from Mozart's Idomeneo.
Brava, Danielle. Now, Bennington, Vermont native, mezzo-soprano Catherine Beck joins us to sing Am I in Your Light from John Adams' opera, Dr. Atomic. From Act 1, Kitty Oppenheimer's dreamlike aria takes place in Oppenheimer's bedroom in the middle of the night. Kitty laments her husband's total absorption in his work as she, quite unsuccessfully, attempts to distract him from his reading. This is mezzo-soprano Catherine Beck singing Am I in Your Light from John Adams' Dr. Atomic.
Am I in your light? Am I in your light? Am I in your light? No! Go on reading the hackneyed light of evening, quarreling with the bulbs. A book-spent rectangle, solid on your knees. Only my fingers in your hair. Only See how love alters the living face. Go spin the immortal coin through time. Watch the thing flip through space. Tick, 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 tick.
Beautiful. Now, we welcome bass Edwin Davis. Originally from Utica, Mississippi, Edwin sings Come dal ciel precipita from Verdi's 1847 opera, Macbeth. Here, unaware that assassins are gathering about him, Banco, one of Macbeth's generals, enters a park near the castle with his son at night. At the conclusion of this aria, Banco is murdered, but his son escapes. This is bass Edwin Davis singing Come dal ciel precipita from Verdi's Macbeth.
Good afternoon. I'm Edwin Jamal Davis, and I'll be singing Come dal ciel precipita from Macbeth by Giuseppe Verdi. Studia il passo, mio figlio, usciam da queste tenebre. Un senso ignoto nascer mi sento in petto. Vieni tristo presagio ed il sospetto. Come dal ciel precipita l'ombra più sempre oscura, in notte ugual travisero un danno il mio Signor. Mille affannose immagini, ma non giarose dura. E il mio pensiero ingombrano. Di terror. Il mio pensiero ingombra di larve di terror. E il mio pensiero ingombrano di terror. E il mio pensiero ingombrano di terror. Ingombrano di terror.
Bravo, Edwin. Now, French-American soprano Veronique Fioux joins us to sing Se giunge un dispetto from Handel's opera Agrippina. From Act 1, angry at Ottone for apparently giving her up in order to become emperor, Poppea denounces his treachery in this rage aria. This is Veronique Fioux singing from Handel's Agrippina.
Hello, my name is Veronique Fioux, and this is Se giunge un dispetto from Handel's Agrippina.
Brava, Veronique. Now we welcome Paducah, Kentucky native baritone Blake Denson, who sings Starbucks aria from Jake Hagee's epic opera Moby Dick. Here, the Pequod's first mate, Starbuck, agonizes over whether he should kill crazed but sleeping Captain Ahab in order to potentially save the lives of himself and the ship's crew. This is baritone Blake Denson singing Starbuck's aria from Jake Heggie's opera, Moby Dick.
Hello, my name is Blake Denson, and today I will sing Starbucks aria from Jake Hagee's Moby Dick. Captain Ahab, I must speak with you. Shot me. As a very musket he pointed at me. Lord, I am powder in the He would have killed me without everything in my hands. I would he kill all his crew. My soul swears this ship will come to deadly harm. What has he had?
Bravo, Blake. Now that we've heard all 9 finalists, we'll welcome each of them back for their second aria. Remember, you'll have the opportunity to vote for the Audience Choice Award. The link will be available in the chat box after we've heard all of the singer selections. So now we welcome back mezzo-soprano Shannon Keegan, singing Cara Speme from Handel's Giulio Cesare. Here, Sesto sings of the revenge he will have, a duty he says is his alone, avenging Pompey's murder by Cleopatra's brother, Ptolemy. This is Cara Speme from Handel's Giulio Cesare.
Cara
Beautiful. Now, Danielle Beckvermit returns to sing Ernani Ernani involami from Verdi's Ernani. Here, Elvira, who is in love with Ernani but is betrothed to her uncle Silva, sings Ernani Ernani, steal me away from the hated embrace. This is soprano Danielle Beckvermit singing Ernani Ernani involami from Verdi's Ernani.
Hello, my name is Danielle Beckvermit. Today, pianist Michael Fennelly and I will be performing Ernani, Ernani and Volami by Verdi.
Brava, Danielle. Next, tenor John Park returns to sing O tu che inseno agli angeli from Verdi's La Forza del Destino. In this aria from Act 3, Don Alvaro sings of his lost love, Leonora, decrying the fate that befell his parents and also denied his royal throne. The aria ends with him declaring, "My Leonora, help me and have pity on my suffering." This is John Park singing from Verdi's La Forza del Destino.
Hello, my name is John Park, and this first aria is O tu che inseno agli angeli from La Forza del Destino.
La vita inferno all'infelice, invano morte desio. Sarò infelice eternamente, è scritto. Dalla natal sua terra il padre volle spezzar l'estraneo gioco e con l'unirsi all'ultima dell'Incas la corona cingere confidò. Fu vana impresa, in un carcere nacqui, m'educava il deserto, sol vivo perché ignota e mia regale spirte, i miei parenti sognavano un trono, e li destò la scure. gli angeli, solisti bella e pura. Non gli scordar di volger lo sguardo a me tua vita, che senza in odio del destin, che senza nome desul, in odio del destino, chiedo anelente in misero, chiedo anelando in misero, la morte d'incontrar. Leonora mia, soccorrimi. Leonora mia, pietà del mio penar. Leonora, soccorrimi, pietà del mio penar. Leonora mia, pietà del mio penar.
Bravo, John. Now we welcome back soprano Elena Villalon singing À vos jeux, mes amis, Ophélia's mad scene from Thomas's French grand opera, Hamlet. From Act 4 of this 5-act opera, we see Ophélie has gone mad after Hamlet's rejection. This is soprano Elena Villalon singing from Hamlet.
Hello, my name is Elena Villalon, and this is À vos jeux from Thomas's Hamlet.
Brava, Elena. Now, soprano Veronique Fioux returns to sing His Name is Jan from Missy Mazzoli's 2016 opera Breaking the Waves. Set in Scottish Highlands during the 1970s, Breaking the Wave tells the story of Bess McNeil, a naive young woman who falls deeply in love with Jan, a hardened but compassionate oil rigger. The two marry despite objections by local church leaders. When Jan is paralyzed in an accident, he insists that Bess seeks new lovers. And in her guilt and despair, Bess comes to believe that her promiscuity is healing Jan's broken body. She finds herself caught precariously between her devotion to God and her fierce determination to keep her husband alive at any cost. Into this opening aria, Bess asks the church elders for permission to marry Jan. This is Veronique Fioux singing His Name is Jan from Missy Mazzoli's Breaking the Waves.
Hello, my name is Veronique Fioux, and this is His Name is Jan from Missy Mazzoli's Breaking the Waves. Thank you. His name is Jan, from Missy Mazzoli's Breaking the Waves. His name is Jan, from Missy Mazzoli's Breaking the Waves. His name is Jan, from Missy Mazzoli's Breaking the Waves. His name is Jan, from Missy Mazzoli's Breaking the Waves. His name is Jan, from Missy Mazzoli's Breaking the Waves. His name is Jan, from Missy Mazzoli's Breaking the Waves. His name is Jan, from Missy Mazzoli's Breaking the Waves. His name is Jan, from Missy Mazzoli's Breaking the Waves. His name is Jan, from Missy Mazzoli's Breaking the Waves. His name is Jan, from Missy Mazzoli's Breaking the Waves. His name is Jan, from Missy Mazzoli's Breaking the Waves. His name is Jan, from Missy Mazzoli's Breaking the Waves. His name is Jan, from Missy Mazzoli's Breaking the Waves. His name is
Brava, Veronique. Now we return to bass Edwin Davis, singing the July 4th speech from Dorothy Rudmore's 1985 opera, Frederick Douglass. This aria uses text from the 1852 speech Douglass made as part of Rochester, New York's July 4th celebration. In this speech, Douglass delivered a scathing attack on the hypocrisy of a nation celebrating freedom and independence with speeches, parades, and platitudes, all while within its borders, nearly 4 million humans were kept as slaves. This is bass Edwin Davis singing this moving aria from Dorothy Rudmore's 1985 opera, Frederick Douglass.
Hello, my name is Edwin Jamal Davis, and I'll be singing July 4th speech from Frederick Douglass by Dorothy Rudmore.
I therefore humbly kneel before the national altar in gratitude. To drag a man in fetters into the grand temple of liberty, and call on him to join in your joyous anthems, were inhuman mockery. Why am I called upon to speak here today? Do you mean to mock me? My subject today is American slavery. What to the American slave is your 4th of July? I answer, a day that reveals to him the gross injustice and cruelty to which he is constant victim. Standing here, identified with the American bondman, I declare that the character and conduct of this nation never looked blacker to me than on this day. This 4th of July is yours, not mine. You may rejoice. I must
Bravo, Edwin. Next, soprano Raven McMillon returns to sing Padre Germani Addio from Mozart's Idomeneo. Here, Ilia sings of her despair that she will never see her father or brothers again. She blames Greece while also acknowledging she is enamored with Idamante, the king's son. This is soprano Raven McMillon singing from Mozart's Idomeneo.
Vendetta
Brava Raven. Baritone Blake Denson now returns to sing A Sogno o Realtà from Verdi's final opera, Falstaff. Here, Ford has been alerted to Falstaff's plan to seduce his wife. However, he is now becoming increasingly angry and worried that his life is ultimately betraying their marriage vows and giving in to Falstaff's advances. Ford sings, "Is this a dream or reality?" This is baritone Blake Denson singing Ford's aria from Verdi's Falstaff.
Hello, my name is Blake Denson, and today I will sing E Sogno o Realtà from Verdi's Falstaff. E sogno o realtà, ora enormi crescono sulla mia testa, è un sogno. Basso Ford,
amato l'inganno. Sei capato e truffato, e poi diranno che il marito geloso è un insensato. Già detto a me nomi di fame con gli occhi stian passando, mormoravo serno. Oh, matrimonio inferno, donna del mondo, nella moglie abbiam fede i babbei. A fine la me verrà un tedesco. Tutto mio adesso l'olandese e l'urco. La mia bottiglia la qualità un tunico non mia moglie a se stessa. Volai da sorte quella brutta parola i cor mi torna, lei torna, oh caprone, le fusa corte, ah, le torna, ma non mi suggirai, no, sozzo, creo, annato e piccoleo. Prima le accoppio, e poi li colgo, le accoppio, li colgo, le accoppio, li colgo, le accoppio, li colgo, li colgo, le accoppio. Io scoppio.
Bravo, Blake. And finally, we come to our last finalist, mezzo-soprano Catherine Beck, singing from Rossini's La Donna del Lago. This is the final aria of this spectacular opera, in which Elena rejoices that her father and true love have been saved and peace has been restored. She sings, "So many emotions at such a moment come clamoring about my heart that I cannot explain to you my immense happiness." Please welcome our last finalist today, mezzo-soprano Catherine Beck, singing Tanti Affetti from Rossini's La Donna del Lago.
Tanti affetti in tal momento mi si fanno al cuore intorno, che l'immenso mio contento del silenzio sia loquace tutto dica un tronco cento signor la bella
Brava, Catherine. What a fitting way to end this year's 32nd annual Annapolis Opera Vocal Competition. So bravi to all of our finalists on their marvelous singing. Now, it's time to vote for the Audience Choice Award. Please vote for your choice as soon as possible so your vote will count. A link can be found in the chat button, which is either below the screen or to the right or left, depending on the device on which you are watching this. Now, as you vote, the judges will prepare to present the winners. And I also invite you to enjoy this performance and interview from the 2019 Annapolis Opera Vocal Competition winner, baritone Joshua Conyers. Today, Joshua will sing from Kurt Weill's 1949 opera, Lost in the Stars. This is the aria O Tico Tico Help Me, and it's sung by Stephen Komalo as he prays to God to let his son go free, saying his son did not mean to kill anyone. Joshua's performance will be followed by a brief interview, at which point we'll return to present today's winners. I'll see you in 15 minutes. And please vote now for the Audience Choice Award.
What have I come to here at this crossing of paths? Must he tell a lie and live, or speak truth and die? And if this is so, what can I say to my son? Oh, Tico, Tico, help me. Often when he was young, I have come to him and said, speak truly, evade nothing what you have done, let it be on your head. And he heeded me not at all, like rain he ran through my hands, concealing as a boy will, taking what was not his, evading commands, for he seemed to hear none of my words. Turning, shifting, he ran through a tangle of night and days, till he was lost to my sight, and ran far into evil and evil ways, and he was stricken and struck back. Then he loved, then he was desperate with love and fear and anger, and at last he came to this. Oh God of the humble and broken, oh God of those who have nothing, 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 shall do no more evil, tell no more untruth. I shall keep my father's ways and remember them. And can I go to him now and say, my son, take care, tell the truth in this court, lest they go ill with you here, keep to the rules, beware. And yet, if I say again, it shall not profit a man if he gain the world and lose his own soul. I shall lose Absalom then. I shall lose Absalom then. I must find some other way, some other hope. My son did not mean to kill his son, did not mean to kill. Oh, Tico, Tico, help me. What can I do? To whom can I appeal? Oh, Tico, Tico, help me. Where can I turn now? Oh, Tico, Tico, help me.
So Joshua, it was great to hear that wonderful performance. Bravo. And thank you for joining us. Even though I know we're pre-recording this, our audience will actually see this in real time as the judges are deliberating, as well as the audience is voting for their Audience Choice Award right now. So I'd love for you to share with us, where are you right now?
So right now I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, on a gig here with the Atlanta Opera, doing the Three Penny Opera by Brecht and Kurt Weill. We're doing this crazy production. Like, we have puppets. I have on like a big puppet head. It's really, really cool. It's really, really great. Amazing cast. So yeah, I'm here, man, working in a pandemic. Crazy times, but very, very fortunate to be, doing what I love and, just working, trying to live that dream.
Amazing. And so have you been busy all year? Because this has been an extraordinary year, to say the least, especially for people that perform for a living.
Yeah, I have to say that I have been very fortunate. Well, so it's interesting. So February, March, I was at Washington National Opera in DC. Everything got shut down, and like a lot of people, out of a lot of money, and it was a scary time. Fortunately for me, I have my wife, and she's super supportive. And I was able to go home in Boston. That's where we currently live, and do that, and still work like remotely for the company and do Zoom classes. But then I ended up getting COVID, me and my wife, and talk about a scary time, a virus that attacks your lungs and your body. And as a singer, it's very, very scary not be able to like sing and breathe. But fortunately, me and my wife are, we have our health. But then right after that, actually got a job at Opera Lafayette in the summer, and I got out there to sing, and then I just got this offer in Atlanta, and I made my debut doing Pagliacci. So I was like, it started off very, very rocky, and I was just so fortunate to like pick up jobs during this pandemic, and people are trying to figure out how to do it safely. We were talking earlier about like, our art form being like a super spreader, and it's like, companies are trying to figure out ways to, get us out there and perform. So like I did a show in a barn in Colorado, and now I'm doing a show in Georgia in a tent. So we're making it happen and trying to bring, the arts. The arts are so needed for people just to, going through these hard times. I believe that our art is so pure and it just brings joy and life to people. So I'm glad that we're finding ways to do it safely.
Absolutely. So we were visiting before we started recording that I first met you when you were 19 years old.
Yeah.
And I believe at that point you were a student at North Carolina School for the Arts. And
Mhm.
we worked together at this remarkable little program in Colorado College called the Vocal Arts Symposium that Martio Rowland ran. And I wonder if you could just share with our audience what those sorts of experiences at such a young age really mean, because you were an amazing talent at age 19 when I met you. And that wasn't because it suddenly happened. You were incredible, and we all knew this guy is going to go places. And I think there were so many reasons, not only the pure vocal talent that existed, but also the personality that was so open and warm and caring of colleagues, was something that we just wanted to be around. So what were experiences like that? What did they mean for you at such a young age?
Well, Vocal Arts Symposium was my first experience doing a young artist program. And, I loved it so much, I went back 3 years in a row. But, it's like, it really shows you the day in the life of a singer. You travel there, it was all in Colorado. So travel by flight and get on a plane. And, it's like maybe my second time ever getting on a plane.
Mm.
And, having like all of these wonderful, amazing coaches like yourself, and, pianists and everybody helping you, and, different voice teachers getting, a lot of opinions, a lot of helpful advice, and a lot of things thrown at you. And the experience can be so overwhelming, but it was such a joy to see all of these people from around the country, some people from overseas, and all of these wonderful talents you get to watch and you get to learn. And a young guy like me who was just getting his start, and first of all, being in the room with Martio Rowland was amazing within itself.
Absolutely.
And just watching her and her demeanor and how she carries herself, and just getting to do a ton of performing and learning new things, learning new roles, singing in languages I haven't sung in before. It was an amazing experience, and of course I needed more of it, and I kept and that just kind of propelled me to want to do it more. And grad school, and but those things, especially a kid like me who come from low income family, from a place that doesn't know a lot about the arts. I was fortunate to have a place like that, at a young age, to really nurture me and care for me and provide me with the tools to be successful. And I'm glad I'm still here doing it. This business is tough.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we're all so proud of the well-deserved success that you've had, because of the hard work you put into it. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Your sense of resiliency and your talent is only enough. If your skill doesn't match your talent, then in the end, at some point, maybe the trajectory stops. But you've just made amazing. If you look at all of the programs you've been, major young arts programs, and all the opera houses you've sung in since those young arts programs. And I wonder, how did Annapolis Opera, this regional company that is a modest sized budget, but a dedication that this organization has towards cultivating emerging talent, how did Annapolis Opera fit into that?
Well, I wanted to first, like, I was in DC, and I wanted to like make I wanted to be my artistic home, And, you know, of course, you hear about all of the companies out there that are great, and Annapolis comes up all the time. You know, and of course, I'm at the big one, the one that everybody sees, the Kennedy Center. But, you know, it's like, you know, those things like that are, you know, are far in between. You know, you work there, you know, and you come back, but it's places like Annapolis that you can really call home. So like doing the competition and trying to get, you know, your foot in the door there, it was something that intrigued me, and I had to, you know, take that opportunity. But you know, but you know, a lot of times companies like Annapolis don't realize that the impact they have on singers like me. For instance, during the finals, I still had my old suit that I wear to everything, you know, and of course it's falling apart. But literally, as I'm getting ready to go on stage, I go down to tie my shoe and my pants just ripped. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, literally, I'm talking about I'm next to go on complete rip, and I'm like, oh no. So I'm like, okay, Josh, whatever you do, don't show him your backside, you know? I go out there and I, you know, try to do my best, hoping nobody sees the hole in my pants. And, you know, I was super fortunate to win first place and win that money so that can help me buy a new suit, you know? And that was, I mean, of course, that story will always resonate in the back of my mind forever. But, you know, it was that help that, you know, Annapolis gave me, and that I was able to, you know, go out and have a suit now that, you know, that at least for 5 years or so, I won't, you know, it won't rip on me as when I'm in an audition. So yeah, I'm super grateful for that, and the help that was provided for me to, you know, you know, have some security when I go on stage next time.
Well, we're grateful that you have a new suit,
Yeah.
for sure. I think we all have stories of things like that, of costume malfunctions, shall we say.
Yeah.
So, you know, as we wrap up, Joshua, what's next for you? What's on the horizon?
Yeah, so right now, I just 2022, I will be performing at Opera Omaha and Michigan Opera Theater, doing Anthony Davis's X, The Life and Times of Malcolm X. And I'll be playing
Fantastic.
Malcolm X's brother, Reginald. And I'm just so looking forward to it. Actually, the day I got the offer, I was wearing my Malcolm X shirt. So it was like, you know, divine intervention, or, you know, so it's really cool. I'm so looking forward to digging into the score. It's a massive work. And I'm super excited just to learn more about Malcolm X. I can't wait. Yeah.
And it's a work that's not done nearly as often as it should be.
Yeah, you would think it would be
It's-
done a lot more. It was composed, I believe, in 1985. Don't quote me. I have to do more research.
Yeah,
But
it was the 80s, yeah.
yeah, and I'm looking forward to dig into it and see what it's all about. I'm very, very excited.
Excellent. Well, we also are excited to welcome you back to Annapolis Opera very soon.
Yeah.
And so everyone can stay tuned for that news. But thank you for joining us today. I know the success that you're having is something that we're all very proud of. And we also appreciate you not only sharing your stories, but the beautiful performance that we had a chance to hear. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Craig. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Welcome back. I hope you all had a chance to vote for the Audience Choice Award. And joining me now are our esteemed adjudicators for the final round of this year's competition. Baritone, Will Liverman, Stage Director, Louisa Muller, and Wolf Trap's Vice President for Opera and Classical Programming, Leanne Maslewski. Thank you all for joining us. In our deliberations, we universally agreed that every one of these remarkable singers deserve our support. And what a treat it was for us to have witnessed each and every one of these artists today. Now, thanks to the generous financial support of the Annapolis Opera donors, we're pleased to provide prize money to every one of our finalists today. We wish to acknowledge not only the donors who have made these awards possible, but also the well-deserving singers who are each receiving these. Please note that the following encouragement awards that I'm about to announce are announced in no specific order. The Melanie and Michael Teams Encouragement Award of $1,000 is underwritten by former Annapolis Opera trustees and longtime patrons, Melanie and Michael Teams. This year, this award goes to soprano Elena Villalon. Congratulations, Elena. The Cheryl and Richard Hack Encouragement Award of $1,000 is underwritten by Cheryl and Annapolis Opera trustee Richard Hack. This year, this award goes to tenor John Park. Congratulations, John. Now, the Patricia and A. Edwards Memorial Encouragement Award of $1,000 is underwritten by her family to recognize her devotion to the arts of Annapolis, her love of the opera, and her desire to support the careers of rising young singers. This year, this award goes to soprano Veronique Fioux. Congratulations, Veronique. The Jessica's Voice Encouragement Award of $1,000 is donated by Margaret Hildebrittle Wilson to help further the career of young singers like soprano Jessica Lauren Hildebrittle, whose rising career was cut short by her untimely illness and death in 2018. This year, this award goes to mezzo-soprano Shannon Keegan. Congratulations, Shannon. The Professor William B. and Carrie Kellogg Ray Memorial Encouragement Award of $1,000 is underwritten by Betty and Calvin Austin, honoring former Annapolis Opera trustee Professor William Ray, the international African-American baritone, along with his wife, Carrie Kellogg Ray, who is a renowned vocal coach and teacher. Also contributing are Chris and Kathy Sweckel, Annapolis Opera General Director, and Annapolis Opera trustee Richard Krim. This year, this award goes to bass Edwin Davis. Congratulations, Edwin. And now, the William W. Watkins Memorial Encouragement Award of $2,000, underwritten by his wife, Annapolis Opera trustee Barbara Bull Watkins, and her sister, Margaret Bull, honors his lifelong passion for opera and his many years of support to the Annapolis Opera. This year, this award goes to baritone Blake Denson. Congratulations, Blake. Now, the final award that I will present today is the Audience Choice Award. This year, an award of $1,500 from the Todd Duncan Memorial Award. This award was established by Rose Thornman in 1992 and is now underwritten in her memory by her daughter, Jan Thorman. Rose Thornman dedicated this award in remembrance of her teacher, Todd Duncan, a groundbreaking artist who originated the role of Porgy in Gershwin's Porgy and Bess. Mr. Duncan lived for years in the Annapolis area. Also contributing to this year's award are Todd Duncan, grandson of baritone Todd Duncan, Pamela Duncan, Todd Duncan's daughter-in-law, and Philip Allen, former Annapolis Opera trustee. This year's Audience Choice Award, the Todd Duncan Memorial Award, goes to soprano Veronique Fioux. Congratulations, Veronique. Now, our guest judges will announce the top 3 prizes. Louisa.
Hello, I'm Louisa Muller. I'm so happy to have been part of this wonderful competition, doing the important work of supporting extraordinary artists near the beginning of their careers. It was an enormous privilege and pleasure to hear these talented singers perform, and I can't wait to see what's next for each of them. Now, this year's third place prize of $2,500, the Hughes Award, is generously underwritten by Madeline and George Hughes, former Annapolis Opera trustees, in honor of their young grandchildren to encourage their love of opera and the world of music. This year's recipient of the third place prize is soprano Raven McMillon. Congratulations, Raven.
Leanne.
Let me try this. Can you hear me now? Okay,
That is
great. Thanks,
perfection.
all. Thank you for your patience. I am so impressed with the courage and the artistry of this year's Annapolis Opera singers, and I congratulate each and every one of you for making such beautiful music after a year fraught with such adversity. What a delight it was to hear such vibrancy from each of you. This year's second place prize of $3,500 is comprised of the Marie E. Crump Memorial Award, honoring the memory of the late Marie E. Crump, and the Director Conductor Award, underwritten by Ronald Gretz, Annapolis Opera's Artistic Director Emeritus, and Braxton Peters, Annapolis Opera's recently retired resident stage director. This year's recipient is mezzo-soprano Catherine Beck. Congratulations, Catherine.
And Will.
Hey guys, you know, it was such an honor to hear all you guys, you know, crazy talented group of singers. It was a pleasure. And as a singer who's done a lot of competitions, you know, I know what it is, what it's like, you know, putting yourself out there. You know, it could be a nerve-wracking thing. So kudos to everybody who competed, and thanks to Annapolis Opera for making this possible. You know, this type of support is so important for us singers and the development of our careers. I mean, especially during a time like COVID, to be able to make this happen. We really appreciate that, and thank you. So this year's first prize of $5,000, the Clarence and Adrian Berenson Goldberg Memorial Award, is generously underwritten by their daughter, Suzanne Goldberg, in memory of her parents, longtime Annapolitans, did I say that right, who cared deeply about the arts and supporting the careers of young singers. It is a pleasure to award this year's winner of the 32nd Annual Annapolis Opera Vocal Competition to soprano Danielle Beckvermit. Congratulations, Danielle.
Thank you, Will and Louisa and Leanne. And congratulations to all of our finalists. We are so thrilled to have a chance to support all of these singers and share their remarkable talent with all of you. I hope you'll join us for upcoming Annapolis Opera programming, including our soon-to-be released, newly created filmed version of Handel's Acis and Galatea, which is filmed all throughout Annapolis, as well as a preview film of our newly commissioned work titled Sunder, written by composer Naila Nubeko and librettist Alicia Hamer. In the meantime, stay safe. Please continue to support these fine singers and our work at the Annapolis Opera. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.